Former Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim has reached total agreement with AC Milan to become their new head coach, according to Sky in Italy. Well, he will sign a 2-year deal with the Italian side. Our reporter Dan Khan explains how the deal will impact Manchester United's finances.
Hearing from our colleagues in Italy that Ruben Amorim is expected to be the next head coach of AC Milan on a 2-year contract, having reached a total agreement with the Italian club, it's a decision that could save Manchester United potentially millions of pounds. Having sacked Amorim and his staff in January after that infamous news conference at Ellen Road, the club owe Amorim as well as his staff £15.9 million in terms of compensation. Now that figure will be significantly reduced as Amorim, as we expect, is going to take this job in Italy. Now, we're not sure in terms of what this means in terms of that final figure, as there are other factors in terms of how much of that staff who joined Amorim at Manchester United will go over to Italy as well. But very interesting, we've not heard from Amorim since being sacked in January, about his time, 14 months in charge of Manchester United. So very interesting if and when he takes this job to hear what his kind of feelings towards the end of his reign were at the club. But it's not too far away that Amorim is due to be reunited with Manchester United, as the two clubs are meant to meet, AC Milan and Manchester United, on August 15th, and what is Manchester United's final game of pre-season. The two clubs are due to meet in Poland, so we'll see Ruben Amorim and Manchester United together very soon.
Well, staying with United, they will feature in the latest All or Nothing documentary series on Amazon. We at Sky Sports News understand the fee agreed for the behind-the-scenes access was a record for any comparable documentary. Well, the series will follow United across the coming 2026-27 campaign. The club see it as an opportunity to be as open and transparent as possible with the fans. Cameras will start filming when Michael Carrick's side get underway in pre-season, and they'll go through right until the end of the season. So the window is open, but time is running out for Marcus Rashford to join Barcelona following his successful loan spell there last season. Now that's because Barca's option to buy Rashford for £26 million expires tonight. He made 28 goal contributions in 49 games last season, but faces an uncertain future after Barca signed Anthony Gordon from Newcastle.
It leaves 4 potential options on the table. The first is Marcus Rashford goes back to Manchester United, which at this stage looks unlikely. He's said quite publicly he loves Barcelona, he's loved his time in Spain and would love to continue that journey. They can renegotiate that deal and say, look, we're not going to give you £26 million, but we would be prepared to offer this and this. Or there is a suggestion that they could turn around and say, well, let's do another loan deal for another year, and we will go from there. The other option is Manchester United say, well, Marcus, you come back here. Actually, we've got 2 or 3 really good offers on the table from other sides, and we're prepared to accept one of those. It's all about money. It's all about finance. And it's not necessarily the fact that the fee's a huge fee, because it's not £26 million for a player of his quality currently in a World Cup with England. It's about the wages that he commands, and that's where the stumbling block may be. So as of yet, no likelihood we'll see a deal done between Barcelona and Manchester United at the option price, but that doesn't mean he doesn't end up at Barcelona at some stage during the course of this summer.
Now, United are preparing an offer for West Ham's Mateus Fernandes. We understand the midfielder is a priority target for United as they prepare for a season in the Champions League.
Bakayo, you're on 48 caps, I think. How many?
49.
49, okay. Let's start that again, yeah? You're 24, and that's a lot of caps for a 24-year-old. How do you view your international career and how quickly it's developed?
Yeah, I'd say it developed very quickly. I remember still my debut and how fast it's all gone. It's my 4th major tournament now, and yeah, I'm very proud and happy to be able to say that I'm on 49 caps and I have the potential this summer to get over the line in 50. Not many players have done that, especially so young. So it's proud for me, and I'm just looking forward to this tournament now.
And can you just give us an insight into maybe the past 3 or 4 weeks? Because you've had obviously the massive high of winning the Premier League, and then the sort of the low of the Champions League final, and then the high of the parade, and then you're sort of back to business again. It must have been a roller coaster of emotions for you.
Yeah, I would say it was an amazing feeling winning the Premier League, and then obviously with the Champions League, it was important not to let that loss allow us to forget what we'd achieved as a club. But yeah, now I'm here with England. I'm at the World Cup, and that's all the focus is on, trying to win the World Cup and get the second star for the country.
Bukayo, do you think that last couple of months of the season, delivering under the biggest of pressure to get the Premier League title, can those experiences help you with England at this World Cup? 100%.
I think for myself and the other boys that we came from Arsenal, we have a confidence and a freedom that we can approach the World Cup in, and I think that will definitely improve us and make us play better.
As you said, for someone so young, it is your fourth major tournament. So what advice would you give to guys like Nico O'Reilly, Elliot Anderson, Morgan Rogers, who are experiencing all of this for the first time?
I'll say enjoy it. I think it's an amazing opportunity. Yeah, I remember my first Euros, how much fun I had, and how much I enjoyed it. And when you go on the pitch, you know, don't try and be someone else. Just be light, be free, and play your football.
Give it about that.
Bukayo, welcome to Kansas City. Just one here for the locals. The reception you guys received at the team hotel seemed incredible. A couple hundred fans out at that open training. I guess, how has that reception been received by you and by the team?
Yeah, we're incredibly grateful for the reception we got, and yeah, we feel home here. We feel very welcomed, and we're ready to get going. Excited.
Henry?
Bukayo, hi. Who won the wrestling this morning?
I won the wrestling against all odds.
And congratulations on your 50th cap when it comes. Does it put it into perspective what you achieved? Do you actually, when you get your 50th, you go past Sir Geoff Hurst?
No, I haven't even thought about those stuff, and to be fair, I don't allow myself to think about those things. The main focus right now is winning the World Cup and being my best version of myself for the team. And after my career, maybe I'll reflect on things like that. But yeah, that's how I think.
You go. Hi, Bukayo.
Hello.
As you said, this is your fourth major tournament. When you think back of what you have done in the past, what do you think is the biggest lesson you can use to, have a successful tournament this time?
Yeah, I think with each tournament it was a different lesson, especially reaching 2 finals. But yeah, I think it's mainly the belief. When I look around in the team, I see the talent we have, the passion, the confidence, and yeah, we have some real winners, some real leaders, and yeah, with belief, I think we can go the next step.
And I'm curious about the expectations you might have for yourself. Obviously, you are one of the Arsenal stars, so I guess you're used to the pressure of having to deliver on the biggest stage. What do you think you can do in this World Cup?
Yeah, I rather do my talking with my feet rather than tell you what I want to do. So yeah, that's my approach, and yeah, I'm looking forward to having a great World Cup.
Okay. Steve?
Bukayo, just a quick one on the hydration breaks. I wonder what you make of them, given that this week you might be taking them in temperatures that are probably cooler than some of those you've played at home. Does it disrupt it? Is it disruptive for the players?
I think it depends, Obviously, if you're dominating and you have all the momentum, you would love to keep going. But yeah, I guess in some cases it will be helpful, when we're playing in extreme heat. But I'm easy, I'm open. I don't really mind.
What about as a fan? Because you've obviously been watching the games. Do you think it disrupts it for the viewer?
You're trying to get me to say something controversial, man. I'm not saying nothing. I enjoy the game regardless.
Hi, Bukayo. You produced one of the big moments in Euro 2024, scoring the late equaliser against Switzerland, and also scored your penalty afterwards. Where does that rank in your career highlights, and do you feel like you're a player now who thrives under that pressure?
Yeah, to be honest, I love those games. And yeah, that's one of my favourite moments in the England shirt for sure. I remember that game very clearly. And yeah, hopefully I can produce more moments in this World Cup like that.
And you played the vast majority of your career for club and country under 2 managers in Mikel Arteta and Gareth Southgate. How does Thomas Tuchel compare to them?
Yeah, I think Thomas Tuchel is a great manager, and I'm very excited, and I believe he can help us deliver this World Cup. So I'm excited. I think all the players are in good spirits. The vibe around the camp is good, and we're just itching to get this first game underway and start our tournament.
Thanks. Ed. Hi, Bukayo. You mentioned the wrestling earlier, that you won against all odds. That's something that people always say about you. You're very competitive in everything that you do, and obviously you take that onto the pitch as well. Yeah,
100%. I think that's one of the biggest things that drives me, is to win and to compete, and yeah, I love doing that.
And obviously you had a few injury issues throughout the season, but you missed a few games. Do you think?
Right, we're going to player transfer news now, and on the day the window officially opens, Real Madrid have completed the signing of Chelsea left-back Marc Cucurella for £51.8 million. Now, he joined Chelsea from Brighton back in 2022 for £60 million and has won the Conference League and Club World Cup with them. Well, the former Barcelona defender has signed a 6-year contract at the Bernabeu. Well, let's take a look at how Cucurella performed at Chelsea last season. He created the most chances in the Premier League amongst all left-backs and recorded 4 assists. He also ranked third for successful passes and passing accuracy. Brighton have announced they've signed Costinha from Olympiacos for £8 million. The move comes after Brighton identified the right-back position as one of their main areas to strengthen this summer. Costinha has represented Portugal at various youth levels and featured in the Champions League with Olympiacos last season. He signed a 5-year contract.